Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is a three-time New York Times best-selling author, and today she is preparing her delicious, grain-free, dairy-free pizza pockets. I don't know how she's going to do it. I can't wait to find out. Please welcome to our home, Danielle Walker. Welcome back, Danielle.
Thanks for having me. It's
Great
so
to
good to
see
be
you.
back in the house with all of you guys.
Absolutely. Joining us back at the
Cam,
counter.
you were so excited about this. You were so excited.
Listen, I'm always excited in the kitchen. I'm especially excited because I grew up, I love pizza pockets. I love pizza, but it's difficult when you want to be careful with the way you eat.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's just jump right into it. Obviously, Ken and Kim joining Debbie at the counter here.
Hi, thanks for being here.
And I got to say, congratulations on your fourth book, Eat What You Love. I mean, this is fantastic. These are recipes that are grain-free, that are dairy-free, that are paleo-friendly. And I want to point out, just coming from this perspective myself, is it's not just for people that maybe have a gluten intolerance or that have food sensitivities. I'm telling you, avoiding these types of foods every once in a while is so good for everybody. Don't you think?
I
We can all benefit
100%
from
agree.
this.
Yeah, it can decrease inflammation. I think you just feel better. You sleep better. You have less joint pain. And then, of course, those of us with autoimmune disease or chronic illness feel better, you know, almost immediately.
Without question. And I know that this recipe in particular, like I said, I'm already excited, as Ken pointed out, has come from your love from pizza pockets back in the day.
My mom bought so much of that processed packaged stuff growing up, which I sometimes lovingly joke and say, no wonder I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Look what you fed me. But I have now since, you know, gone back and gone to all the things I used to love growing up and recreated them so that I can enjoy them, my 3 kids can enjoy them, and that I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. And that's what the book is all about. Eating what you love.
Eating what you love and having it taste fantastic. And Danielle's going to show us how to do it.
Yes,
so let's get started. Okay, so what we're making first?
Yeah, so I have a mixture in there already. It has some ground flax, which just helps to kind of make the dough a little bit more pliable. We're going to add our egg whites to this.
Okay, great. We got our ground flax, a little bit of coconut milk in there, some lemon juice, and now we're adding some egg whites.
Yes, so we can start the mixer. Let's just get that nice and well, beat it up, and then we'll add our 2 different alternative flours here. So instead of all-purpose flour, I have almond flour, and I have arrowroot starch.
Okay.
So arrowroot starch I would use kind of in place of like a cornstarch, or all-purpose flour just has a starchy nature, which, you know, grain-free, gluten-free flours don't. So that's why I add this in.
So there's no grains in this
That's
pastry.
correct.
No grains at all. No grains, no dairy either. It doesn't even, it's not filled with butter or anything like that either, but it tastes kind of like it.
It does.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what we're talking about right now, the arrowroot flour and the almond flour.
Yeah.
These are what's essentially making it grain-free.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, let's go ahead and put those in.
Yeah.
We'll just turn it off just so we don't end up with a big puff of arrowroot powder smoke.
So Ken, when I get to be grain-free and dairy-free, this is how excited I get in the kitchen.
Hey,
About to be. Wow.
I'm going to add our sea salt and our baking powder here.
Okay,
Let's
great.
just put that right back on.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good.
It really is a Christmas miracle.
Okay.
I mean, this is a miracle. This is delicious.
So that's how simple the dough is.
That is
all right?
so simple, and you can use this dough for so many different things. That's what I love about these. You could put that on top of a chicken pot pie if you wanted.
Just thinking
I mean, it's like endless, really. Yeah, endless opportunities for this. You could wrap it around hot dogs if your kids really like pigs in a blanket.
You could make this sweet.
Yes, you could totally sweeten it up
Like
and
a
use it for a
Danish.
pastry too.
Yeah,
What I
Absolutely.
understand is the flaxseed adding to this dough is part of what keeps it together, gives it that kind of texture, because you know almond flour can kind of be a little crumbly and things like that. So once it all comes together.
So I use the flax almost in place of what the gluten protein would do, which makes things stretchy, and so I put flax in there. So we can.
Okay, great.
So once that all comes together.
You take it out, you'd knead it, you'd roll it out.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't need to cool this dough before you start working with it.
You don't unless you're working in a kitchen that's like 100 degrees on a hot summer day. It might be a little harder to work with. Yeah, it's definitely easier to use if it's chilled, or at least if it's room temperature. So you can pop it in the fridge if you're having trouble with like moving it around. But you roll it out, and then you cut these really lovely rectangles. And then we'll fill with whatever we want, which is, you know, kind of the fun. I've got 3 kids, like I said, so it's fun to let them all choose their toppings. So I have a dairy-free ricotta that I make out of cashew. And then we've mixed it with some marinara and some herbs.
It just keeps getting better,
I know, I'm like a kid in a candy. This is my version of a kid in a candy store.
I love that. I love the excitement. So we can pick, why don't you fill this one? I'll fill this one.
So do we do the sausage?
It's whatever you want. It doesn't, I mean, it's all going to bake up in there, so it really doesn't matter. The only thing is to just leave a bit of a, like maybe like a 1/4-inch border.
Okay,
just so that your fillings don't seep out of the sides once you crimp it.
Now, can I ask you this also? You could also buy this cashew ricotta too.
Yes.
Like, in other words, making it might be a little bit.
Yeah, if you're making the dough from scratch already and you're doing everything else, you can take a shortcut. You can find it at health food stores. There's a couple brands now that make dairy-free ricotta that's made from almonds or cashews. So I would definitely suggest taking a shortcut if you, you know, if you want to save a little bit of time. But it's really not hard to make it either.
Which one is that what you have, Cam? Is that the?
It's all mixed with the sauce.
Yeah, so this is mixed with the pizza
sauce, some basil.
Some basil in there. Okay, good.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
They really are.
Put in here.
Yes, I make breakfast ones, so we'll do some scrambled eggs with and put them in the freezer, and then you just have a very quick breakfast that you can reheat in a toaster oven. You could do like ham and broccoli. I mean, if you remember going to the aisles when we used to buy those boxed
they were amazing.
It's Christmas morning.
They were amazing. I mean, let's be honest. I know they're full of preservatives. They probably preserved us.
Yes.
However,
we were just joking about how you had to like microwave them in that foil container that it came with. Didn't seem right. It didn't seem right. Thank you for putting my sauce.
I was hoping you wanted some sauce.
Yes, I did. So then, you just
so I'm pretty sure I know what happens next. We just kind of put on the little blanket.
And then I do an egg wash over top because it helps. You just kind of brush it right over top. That's just egg yolk and a little coconut milk.
You see how Danielle's letting me do all of the very difficult kitchen stuff?
The difficult kitchen stuff. So, and then you can go around, and this is another fun thing if you do have kids to get them involved, is you just take a little fork and you kind of crimp the edges, and that helps hold it together, but then it also looks pretty. But if you want to just take your fingers and kind of go like this too, you don't have to do the fork, you know.
I'm excited to put these in the oven. So let's just assume that they've all been crimped around, and so they're going to go in the oven. Temperature and for how long?
375, 20 to 25 minutes. Everybody's ovens run a little differently, so really what you want is just for it to be golden brown on the top, and then you'll see a little bit of the sauce kind of coming out on the sides, which is totally fine.
Look at that.
Yes.
Cameron.
Pizza pocket.
You were going to love this.
Can I have a bite?
Yeah, absolutely. You can also just
roll
roll this dough out and make like a regular standard pizza too if you don't, want to make these. But these are really great to send in school lunches or to take to work with you and have at your desk. And
when you're running to school in the morning, get in the car, let's go.
Yes, exactly.
Not that you don't know anything about that.
No, nothing about that. Yeah, no, because we always have like 20 minutes to get out the door.
Barely wearing shoes.
Yes,
What do you think, Cameron?
I am amazed at how talented I am in the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
You should write a cookbook.
We always knew it. We always knew it. He's so good. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I always love being here.